I'm about to list the biggest things that annoy me or that I think are dumb throughout the game of Teardown. Reminder that this is completely opinion based, and there might even be some obvious things I put in here, but this game is so good that it was honestly hard to think of a large enough list. Anyways, starting it off with number 1, going downstairs. There's no in-game walk button, so the player's default movement is either running as fast as they can or standing perfectly still, at least without steroids. So when you're going downstairs, your player kind of skips down the steps. But that's what you would do in real life too if you were going fast enough, so I'm not really sure what I prefer happen. But I also don't like the falling animation, because honestly, who makes that pose when they're falling? Pretty dark out, huh? Well, number 2 on my list is the built-in flashlight that the player can turn on at any moment and it never runs out, but it doesn't have any animation for it, so while looking at yourself or somebody else when multiplayer finally drops, they're just summoning a cone of light as if it's supposed to have a flashlight model, but it doesn't. It just seems so weird to me that a useful built-in feature wasn't polished, since all the other built-in tools that you can use have models and work with the player model as well. But then that brings me to number 3, which is the gun tools that the player has by default. A sniper, a shotgun, and a pistol. My complaint is that they just don't look cool enough when being used. Not to mention, another weird thing that's missing is the player just disappears when they scope in with the sniper. Now I'm not sure if this was an intended stealth feature, but this surely seems like it needs to be updated before they add multiplayer in one of the next updates. And I'm pretty positive that they already are, but who knows. Like, you're telling me this is the coolest I can look while holding a pistol? I could at least aim it instead of holding it like I'm the dude from that Olympic aiming game, which actually isn't that bad because he was kind of cool. Now number 4 is how grabbing things looks. I know it's a huge quality of life feature, but you're telling me I can hold something from like triple my arm length away and act like it's normal? Oh, shoot. My camera fell, hold up. Yeah, let me just bring you guys to the next one. Look how beautiful this game looks though. Like, how could I even be mad? Oh, stairs! Number 5 is also related to grabbing things, because if you're able to grab something, then you can also phase through it. A good example of this is the wood I'm standing on right now. If I just grab it and pull myself down, I go straight through into the water. Luckily, I'm mostly hollow on the inside, so I float pretty well. But there are many cases where this is really annoying, and I wish I could grab something with confidence, knowing that I won't slip into the back rooms. And at number 6, in the trailer for the latest DLC, you can see an explosion go off and the player ragdolls. When I saw this, I was sure ragdolling would become an official feature to the game, because why else would you recently have added third person mode? And I guess I misunderstood what was really happening in the trailer, because the real reason why they ragdolled was because they died. So they made the player ragdoll only when they die, which is fine, but I definitely would have preferred a way to do it without relying on mods, since there's not as much certainty that they will always work. Because if the player is near an explosion in the game right now, they really just tank the hit instead of getting sent flying. For number 7, I would have no idea how they would actually do this efficiently, but actual waves in this game would be crazy fun. The boats in this game are very fun to drive, but there's not much to do on flat water. And while we're here, why not talk about how closed in all the borders are on the sandbox maps? I mean, turn around and look at how close we are to the map. I can't even fade off into the distance when I'm hitting a wall at 100 miles an hour. The devs place all these boats around the maps, but then give barely enough room to try to escape from the land. Number 9 is joints. Joints in this game have feeded my creativity many times, but then let me down when their real job comes in need. This video right here will sum up most of the issues I have with joints. This is a rocket ship, but there aren't any doors to get inside. Luckily, if I just grab it and push myself into the wall of it, I can get inside. Look at me in the window. Alright, let's fly over to number 10. Number 10! Number 10, the campaign timer. I'm gonna be honest, I've never really played the campaign. The idea of it sounds good on paper, and I actually tried and liked this mission where I had to steal some ornaments from a mall without getting caught by the security robots that wander around. But a lot of the campaign levels use timers. Even on the level I just played, if the robots catch me, they would set off a 2-minute timer and I would probably have to restart. Here and there, I do like the aspect of making a set path that you need to remember to reach all the objectives, but I just don't enjoy it that much for some reason. And since those kinds of levels are mixed in with the other ones in order to fully complete the campaign, I've never decided to actually play it. Instead, I stuck to Sandbox and eventually learned how to make some mods that you can actually find in the Steam Workshop for the game. So go check those out. And to end it off, a few honorable mentions I'd like to say are how small the slider gets when you're subscribed to loads of mods. It's really hard to click, and there's no search bar as well in the main menu. Also, Edgyman X7's editor always puts these window tabs here instead of on the very right side when he opens it, because of his unique monitor size. The very unused way to get to the mod editor, not being able to change your player model from anywhere but the main menu. And last but not least, the robot's field of view is way too high. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe.